Welcome back to Real Reviews. I am your host, Lee. Today, we are covering the wildly anticipated Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Released by Square Enix. Released on February 29, 2024. IGN rating, 9. Metacritic score, 92. System played on PS5. So to get this out of the way, I am a massive Final Fantasy fan. I have been playing them for over 30 years. I have played almost every title. I have platinumed 11 of them. I love this series. 7 was never my favorite though. I thought the story and world building were a little weak up until Crisis Core came out. Remake made me enjoy the world of Final Fantasy VII as it built a lot on top of what was there. Rebirth is not a 10 out of 10. I am not even sure it is a 9 out of 10. The core game, just the story, is good. The combat is basically the same as it was in Remake, so I don't hate it. But ultimately this game has issues. Most of it is with the content outside the story, some of it is with odd choices, some is with bad implementation. Let's talk about the main issue with this game, the sheer amount of minigames. More than 20 including Gold Saucer and battle challenges outside of Chadley's VR challenges. The worst part of this? Some of the best story moments are hidden behind these minigames. Some of these are wildly frustrating minigames as well, and if you are a completionist you have to complete them, and if they have hard mode you have to do that as well. These honestly get so bad that even if you just want to empty the map of icons that you can easily get overwhelmed and burn out on the game. I certainly started to feel it around Chapter 12, which is honestly most of the way through the game. Okay, on to audio problems and choices. The sound mixing in this game is awful. The music and the background dialogue often overwhelm the important audio of the characters speaking. This can obviously be fixed by adjusting it, but audio should never be mixed in a way that by default it is hard to hear the characters. The second issue with the audio is clearly a choice. I don't know if it is uniquely an English issue or if it covers all audio tracks, but Chadley, who contacts you frequently throughout the game for world intel, isn't voiced, but only when contacting you over the little remote tool and not even all the time. This would have been less weird if the main characters were voiced when they respond, but they are. This got to the point of being wildly distracting for me because it just makes no sense. Let's talk about something I honestly don't enjoy, but it isn't necessarily bad. I don't like the folio system. I think it is odd and clunky. In a way, it is based off of your character level because you get SP from that, your party level because that expands the grid, and your weapon level because that opens up more nodes for you to use. You can use books you find in shops or quests to get more SP and then more in hard mode. Ultimately, what I am saying is that this one mechanic, which in many ways is critical because it is how you get synergy moves and abilities as well as MP-free elemental spells, just connects to too many things, making it kind of a pain. One neutral thing that I think everyone should know. Shops, with the exception of the vending machines with their discounts, are completely useless. Each shop type is all the same, Queen's Blood cards being the only one I can't confirm if the packs are all the same in every shop. It is almost to the point of me questioning why even including money in the game. Every weapon, armor, and accessory can be found in the world in chests. Everything other than weapons and materia can be crafted. But Lee, what about the good? I hear you asking. Look, there is plenty of good. The story is good, albeit confusing by the end, but for me, it was only confusing in the fact that I am not sure how to feel about it. It is well crafted and everything fits for me, so I can't act like it is some awfully done thing. The voice acting is top-notch as always. The expanded relationships between side characters are often quite charming, especially Barrett and Yuffie. The ways in which they expanded the world are absolutely fantastic. Some of the sections do feel drawn out, but pretty much anything involving a city really helps build them from the small little hubs that they felt like in the original into areas with their own stories that would be interesting to listen to. Even returning characters that I disliked from Remake had just enough time in the game to not overstay their welcome, and one honestly got expanded in some cool ways. Looking at you, Roche. Graphics are obviously stunning, with the weird exception of whatever happens when someone with long hair is close, and you try to look past it. It is hazy but not in a normal way. Queen's Blood is a really fun game, at least the normal version. Pretty much everything from this point on can be considered as potentially a spoiler. If you just need the quick and fast of it, I recommend the game if you like Final Fantasy. I'd give it a solid 8 out of 10. It is honestly really fun, but it has more than one notable flaw. I am honestly only going to cover the differences because you don't need a play-by-play of each chapter. But let's talk about the things that changed. First, Zack is alive but in an alternate universe. Aerith's holy materia was wiped clean by the Whispers in Remake. Sephiroth is a meddling pain in the ass the whole game. Sephiroth is trying to conquer the multiverse, not one singular universe. The multiverse, as we are shown, is each world created by the different outcomes and certain important choices. Worlds where the world itself has accepted its fate are marked by a broken sky. In the end, Cloud saves Aerith, but a converging of worlds brings forth instances of where she dies and doesn't die all at once. We are left with Cloud able to see and talk to Aerith, but he can see the broken sky, and everyone else cannot see her, and they cannot see the broken sky. This ending is wild, and I hope they have a great ending in the final game because right now it is teetering on the edge, and it could go either way. If you made it all the way, make sure to like and subscribe. I will have an AI review out for Despicable Me 4 tomorrow. Next week, a real review for Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. I typically have at least 2 videos out per week. Until next time.